Greetings and salutations. And I'm back with some Astroneer. Now, I did find my body. It was off camera, and I wasn't too far off where as you can see, I found it, and there's all the old equipment and other stuff. I even I found my buggy and everything. And I just got to drive back to the base. Um, but as I found my body, and as I was taking a very long journey to find my body, I ran across a whole bunch of stuff, and then I realized that there's those squashes are making, for lack of a better term, they call it like squasholine, but I don't know what it does. I mean, if it's used as a fuel, it should be able to be combustible, but it's not. I don't ever remember seeing those prior. Now, I also researched the large rover, and I believe I have the paper. Let me double check to see if I have the paper. I think I do. Did I research the paper? Yes, I researched the paper. So I have the drill strength and the paper. I just need, I also have the soil canister. I just need a larger space shuttle to fit it all on. There's one over there. Yes, I'm collecting those cubes, if you can't tell. So I don't know what they... Ooh, beacon. Interesting. Oh, that's absolutely cool. I did not know you could do that. That's interesting. I didn't know you could just attach them to just random vehicles like that. It's actually kind of gnarly. Saves me a whole lot more storage space. Ooh. Researchable. Of course, I put that on the wrong thing. Well, actually, that might not pull... Yep. Get back here. Really? Yes, you can see how I've recovered a lot of these things. I even had to make a small printer and everything when I was out there. Medium printer. Actually, I had the medium printer on the side of this, using it as a mobile platform to print. It was rather neat. But no, I've been wandering around trying to get back to my base, and well, I haven't quite made it there yet. Made a whole bunch of packages. Interesting. I'm always up for more power solutions. And take a light. Okay, there's more than a couple of power solutions. Do I have enough to make? No, I do not. I do have a packager, though. Aha. You can't beat free power solutions. You really can't. But as I was saying, I've just been on the lookout for my base. As soon as I find it, I can make it back there and maybe get enough stuff to research a larger space shuttle, put a bunch of stuff in it, and make a valid attempt at maybe terraforming something or heading toward the core with a big soil canister, or a medium-sized soil canister, I should say. But I'll need, I think, 3. I'll need a buggy trailer. Might need more than one, but I need one for the cockpit and for the soil canister, and then I'll need... That'll be on the front spot of it. And the second buggy will be... Oh, because the large buggy will have... Needs the paver, does it not? That's a medium rover, not a large. That's why. That's a trailer, that's a medium rover. I need a large rover. Large rover can house both the paver and the drill on the front. Ooh, battery. Always like a good battery. Actually, if I look out for one of those nodes on the actual planet where you can power them up, it's a teleportation node. I only know this because I've played through some of this with a friend, so I know kind of what those teleportation nodes and everything do. And if I can find one of those, I can hook up all of the batteries in series and look via teleportation where I am. As in, like, hit the teleporter and then not actually teleport, but it'll zoom out and show me a greater distance, so to speak. It'll show me the other points on the planet, as well as an off-planet thing. So that would be useful. So with the portable oxygenator, come to think of it, I could always get take a mini RTG, take a portable oxygenator, and then not worry about anything, because the portable oxygenator, I think, pulls, what is it, 5 IU? 5 units? 1 unit per second, and then the portable oxygenator, matter of fact, wait, let me look it up. One unit per second of power. So I would need 2 mini RTGs to be able to power that and the drill at the same time. And then when I'm not drilling, it would obviously generate more power than I'm consuming. So, but with a mini oxygenator on board, that's extenders. I don't need those. I could survive anywhere without oxygen being hooked up to tethers. Just don't forget to turn it off, or don't forget to turn it on. Like, I realize how big the... Really? I realize how big the planet Silva is, but this is a little ridiculous. Okay, so I've found another one of these rail stops. This is the 3rd, I think I've found. No, this is the one where I left my dynamite. Oh, I'm getting close. Really? I guess I didn't have to lose that work light anyway. Well, if you can't win that work light over, let's take this one. Or just throw it on the ground. It's fine. As I say, I've been here before because I have the dynamite. It would suck if I accidentally detonated it, wouldn't it? I've done that before. Once blew up an entire thing of not hydrazine, but hydrogen. We had a massive hydrogen plant on Silva. Ooh, there it is. I go there, I might be able to teleport, well, not teleport, but power up the teleportation unit and get to see where I'm going. I know that my building is in the crevasses region, But I know there's more than one, so... Oh, more packagers. Gonna make more graphite. I don't want to go up and over the mountains. I want to not fall down in the crevasses either. And by the time you see this video, you will have no doubt seen me play horribly at Battlefield. And that's to be expected. I worry more about pushing an objective or defending an objective than I do actually going for kills. That, and I do wacky, zany things. Which, I mean, that's kind of the point of games, is it not? Is to just have a whole boatload of fun. Which, really now. Which, according to, like, everyone else in the world, is one of the cardinal sins of gaming now, is you're playing a game to have fun? How dare you? And the criticisms come all the time. As a matter of fact, I got criticized on one of my other videos. And that's fine. They're entitled to their opinions. They're entitled to their criticisms. Perfectly fine. And that's the joys about, you know, opinions and criticisms and everything. And to a lesser extent, it's also the ravages of society. You put anything on an open forum, and of course people are going to have differentiating views that may or may not align, or may not even... I can't even say be true, because there are people out there who do have opinions, and the opinions are aligned very closely to truth, right? Which, again, perfectly fine. No issues there. There are people out there that have opinions that are not aligned with factual evidence and factual truth. And, again, no issue there, because that's their opinion. So, no big deal. Okay, so I wanted to go to that one teleportation thing, but I have now lost it. I'm running into more of everything I don't want, which is, well, literally everything. It'd be so much easier if I had the large rover, because then I could just throw on the paver, not have to worry about anything, and then just drive. And have the planet be paved smooth. Then later hook up a hydrazine rocket launcher and try to circumnavigate the planet rapidly. And it's eventually yeah, that thing right there. That was what was making the squashaline. That was one of those things that killed me too. I got whipped by all those lasher plants. Why does it show it has power when it actually doesn't have a plug? Don't know. Don't want to know. I mean, I know it has power on it because of the battery cells, but it doesn't have a plug you can utilize and actually power anything with. So it's got a power indicator light saying, yes, it has power cells, but can't use them. Weird. Come on. I feel like I've been traveling one way for ages, or at least remotely close enough to one way for ages. It's the third platform I found there. That one doesn't have a ball on it, though. Which means I must have been here before. Because I took one of them. One of them had one of those little spheres you can get in and drive around with, and I took one of those. See, there's the lid for one of those. I know I've been here now. I had to have been here. Hmm. Something's not adding up. Where am I making the mistake? Okay, there's one of those points. Let's head toward there. Because normally there's landing zones near those points. Normally. So this might be a boon. If I stop running into everything with the wiggle wagons I've got on behind me. Oh, it says tractor, rough terrain vehicle. They're not kidding. It functions brilliantly in rough terrain. I heard one. Don't know where it is, though. Alright. So I need soil. To first make a ramp. Then make a nice... Oops. Supposed to make a nice ramp, not a terrible ramp. Perfect. Oops. Now, if we get up there, we don't hook it all up as one circuit. In fact, we don't get up there because we just failed at driving, apparently. We hook it up as... We don't just hook it up from the vehicle. What we do... This is how you have to kind of run it. We're going to have to run it over here. Run that one. That one. That one. There's one on my back. And I'm going to have to run as well. So we run you into you. And put you there. And then run you there. This is going to look like Clark Griswold's Christmas tree. Like, completely disregard the fact that this is going to look like Clark W. Griswold's Christmas tree. Is it going to have enough power? Sure will. Yep. That was just foolish, but there we go. Put that on there. So now that we're here, we can gaze into the odd stone. No. Origin mode, elevation north. So I can't rotate the planet thing? Elevation north, interior node. Dim node is that way? I know that the interior node requires the material. I don't know what material it requires offhand, but I know that it requires material to operate. So we have the interior, we have the exterior node, one of them, operational. So that's marked improvement, per se. But back to the whole Battlefield discussion real quick. Personally, I'm a fan. Like, I've played... I hear that. It's over here. I played some. I played a little bit, and I would have played a whole lot more, but this is where the butt comes in, and everybody sits there and proceeds to call me old again. I was not really issued a challenge per se. However, I was told that I couldn't level a Death Knight in World of Warcraft from 85 to 90 because it would take too long. Now, obviously, after all these years, we know it's not going to take too long. And it was my mother. She plays World of Warcraft a lot, and which is fine. She enjoys the game. I retired from it, and she told me, yeah, well, it's not gonna. There's no way you're gonna get it done in time. Because I told her, I was like, 85 to 90. She goes, yeah, 85 to 90. I said, sat there just kind of thinking about it for a little bit, and I was like, well, I can have that done in 2 days. Mind you, I said that on the 9th. And on the 10th, the day that Battlefield came out, I started. I was like, okay, no problemo, let's do this. And she goes, but didn't the one game you wanted to play come out today? And I said, yeah, it's going to be there tomorrow. And she's like, well, yeah, but you were looking forward to playing it. I said, yeah, it's fine. It'll be there tomorrow. It's not going anywhere. And so all day on the 10th, not really all day on the 10th. I only sat there for, I don't know, probably 4 hours, if that, 4 or 5. Not too many. I was up doing other things, making dinner, so on and so forth. No big deal. And I got the DK, because I spec'd it blood, I got it from 85 to 89 in just that window. And then I was like, let's put the kibosh to it. And then I tried to get on Battlefield in the afternoon, and I was met with a ginormous queue line, right? Everybody was met with a ginormous queue line. And so I was like, all right, well, okay, there's a queue line, so I don't really have to worry too awful much about feeling like I'm missing out on anything, because, massive queue line and everything. So I was just like, no big deal. I went back, started playing the DK just a little bit more, and I got it like 2 bars into to 89, and called it a day. And after I called it a day, she's like, well, you'll totally do it now because whatever. So today, my sister showed up with, my sister, my nephew, my brother-in-law. They all showed up. We started playing a board game called Hugger Mugger. Real good game. Real odd game, but it uses a lot of vocabulary and spelling and English skills. So, yeah, it's a bit of an educational board game, but at the same time, it's really cool. And so, I think I got enough of those things. Nah. Um, but no, it's a really cool board game, and we were playing that. Then we were playing other board games, older board games, but we were playing those all day. And so I did manage to get the DK to 90 while we were making a lasagna, and so everything's turned out well, and that's kind of how life goes. And it's kind of weird, like, there's a lot of people out there that kind of look at that lifestyle and think, must be nice to, just have a kind of a relaxed lifestyle, so to speak. And it is a relaxed lifestyle. To say that it's not would be folly and untruthful. There's another one of those places. Now, I've been to one of them. This one has the... Okay, yeah, I have been to this one. So... That's the one that I left the graphite at. I found dynamite at this one, and that's what I grabbed. That's how I got the dynamite. Which then I had to leave it another one because there was a data chip. And I have 2 data chips now. You think I can fit any more on here? What do you think? It's looking pretty loaded. I just need to find my way back to my base, that's all. But no, we had kind of like a family game night. Made a lasagna, which actually didn't have any tomato sauce in it. And no, it wasn't like an Alfredo sauce, though that would have been really stellar. What we made is called a no-mato sauce. It sounds weird, but I'll tell you right now, if you know people out there that can't have tomatoes, but they can have beets, carrots, butternut squash, and some spices, this tastes all the world like tomato sauce. Looks it, too. So, it looks like tomato sauce, it tastes like tomato sauce, it even functions like tomato sauce, but there's not a single tomato in it. Really a solid bit of cooking sorcery, if you will. Headed back into the crevasses, am I? There's another point. There's another node that I could probably activate. Hopefully my base is near it. There's something I've already popped open, so that's a good sign. Unless I'm wandering around in a circle. Nope. This is a dim node. Really? Ran into that little thing? Anyhow. Really a cool no-mato sauce. And so we made a lasagna and had a little family game night. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Ah, that's why I stored a whole bunch of stuff here. Mostly ridiculous amounts of trying to think of the name of it. I can't right now. Scrap. Man. Did you tell I didn't get quite enough sleep today? Ah, there we go. I've noticed that a lot of people were kind of dogging on the whole Battlefield thing versus Call of Duty, and it's like, okay, yeah, not fall off there. I'm not gonna sit there and say, you know, for people to pick a side. Absolutely not. If you like, if people enjoy a type of game, right? If you find fun in a shooter and you want to do the entire shooter, that's all fine. See what I mean? As soon as it drained all of the battery life off there, see what I mean? So you have to do it that way. You have to do it the other way around. It's like this is the only way it works. But no, if you like Call of Duty, you like the movement style in it, fine, enjoy it. I personally like Battlefield. It's not because of the pacing. I like it because it's just a very solid. It's very solid gameplay. It's just thoroughly enjoyable. That's two nodes active. I like the Battlefield gameplay. Like being a medic and being able to pick people up, dragging your teammates along, and then injecting them to make sure that they come back. It's just it makes it feel like the decisions you make are more impactful, and that's kind of what I like about it. And that's something that like Call of Duty's got its moments where there we go. Put the sky back the way it was. Call of Duty's got its moments where thought I heard something. One of those things behind me. Not on my trailer. But Call of Duty has those moments where sometimes you like what you're doing doesn't feel like it's impacting the game at all, unless you're, you know, getting kill streaks and really focusing on just bodying all your opponents. It feels like you're just not leaving an impact on the game much. And while that's great if you want like an arcadey hop in for a 15-minute game shooter and enjoy enjoy 15-20 minutes before you go to work, or hop in and enjoy 15-20 minutes before you have to like go to college classes or go to school in the morning. All right, cool, that's fine, I guess. Personally, not for me. While I did enjoy pretty much all of the Call of Duties in modern history, there's another note over there. And of course, I'd be called a blasphemer for saying that. As if I would say, oh, well, I enjoyed, Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 2019. I also enjoyed Vanguard. There's a lot of people out there that just for lack of a better term, would grab the torches and pitchforks. I'd be like the ogre in Shrek. And well, not before you knew it was Shrek. I'd be the village ogre, and they would grab your torch and pitchfork. We're gonna burn him out of his swamp. Similar things for saying such things as I enjoyed all of those Modern Warfares. And the reason why I enjoyed Vanguard was because you could do more wacky things in the game than you could in more recent games. Like being able to do shotgun sniping in Modern Warfare 3, being able to do shotgun sniping in Modern Warfare 2 and in Vanguard was tons of fun. Absolute buckets of fun for me. Not so much for other people. And again, if it's not your bag, it's not your jam. Alright, cool. Hey, look. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Chimpanzee noises. Had I known that I could just stick these all over my tractor, I would have. Oh, another power place for more researchables. Hey, this might actually... come to think of it, if I keep running into these things, I'll end up having my, my researchable that I need. Matter of fact, I might have enough for it now. Or is that 10,000? Please tell me it's not 10,000. Not the rail station. Large shuttle, 5,000. Titanium alloy. I have to make other researches, sure, but wait. There was a node I was headed to, but I guess I'm just going to scrap that. I head back this way. But no, I just... because the pacing of those games was a smidge slower. And yeah, the people are going to call me old again. Sure, I'm old. I haven't played a twitchy, fast-paced shooter in ages. Whatever. My reflexes aren't the same as they used to be. I get it. And you want to know something? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Like, it happens to everybody. Your reflexes get slower as you get older. It happens. I mean, take a look at John Force. If you don't know who John Force is, NHRA drag race driver, had an amazing reaction time. An absolutely incredible reaction time. And he raced long past what was deemed acceptable years because his reaction speed was that good. And now he's retired and he owns cars and he doesn't race them anymore because his reaction speed fell off. Happens to everybody. And it has to do mostly with neuroplasticity and, the neurons not firing as fast as they used to. And that happens to everyone as they age. But I also like to enjoy doing wacky stuff in a game. Truthfully. Like, not the norm. Shotgun sniping, for example. That's an incredible amount of fun for me. And this looks like the Grinch that stole Christmas's wagon. Like, it's a sleigh. Just this mountain of things behind me. And I'm just trying to find Whoville to return it. But that kind of craziness in games is kind of rare to find anymore. Because people are trying to get away from the wild and crazy. They're trying to get away from, you know, doing things that would be excessively fun, I guess. Okay, I don't want to be in the mountains here. I really don't. Ooh, almost made a mistake there. Yes, I know, oxygen. Where we're going, we don't need roads. You know, there was once a time when playing Astroneer that I was in such dire straits of not having enough power or not having enough anything that I had a of the tractor, not really, it wasn't the tractor, it was a medium rover at the time, and I had it powered off of carbon. I was smelting organic and making carbon so that I could actually power my vehicle. Yes, I'm aware. Oxygen. I'm no longer in the mountains, so I guess that's a plus. I still haven't found my base, so that's a net negative. We're out of the mountains, so that's a good thing. Being able to do fun and wacky things in a game is the reason I play games. That and to wax philosophically about things, or to opine openly about other things. Generally not politics, though. I generally abstain from politics. Not wholeheartedly in the sense of not being involved in politics at all, just not talking about politics on an otherwise game related channel. And I know you're probably thinking, well, if it's a game related channel, why don't you just stick to the game instead of waxing philosophically? Well, to be perfectly honest, the philosophical jaunts that I take are because the age of the big thinker has come and gone. Truthfully. As sad as it is to say, the age of the big thinker is just... no one does it anymore. Whether they're afraid to do it, whether they find it boring, I don't know. It is hard telling why people no longer attempt to think. Or they no longer attempt to ask certain questions, or just pose an idea, pose a viewpoint. They just don't do it. They don't question things. They just kind of sit there and say, yep, that's what it is because I saw it, or that's what it is because I heard about it. That does not necessarily mean it's true. So, it's like... that's not working out, is it? There we go. That's more of a smooth gradient. Not what I wanted there, but... there we go. Perfect. It'll work. It's serviceable. But people, it's like people are afraid to question things. It's like people don't want to know answers. They just want to exist in a, almost like a vacant state of mind. And to be honest, it's quite harrowing and very telling about how the world is right now. And it's not good. Like, you want people to have questions. You want people to ask poignant things. And when they don't ask those poignant things, it leaves you almost wanting, right? See, I mean, they used to ask questions. People used to look at certain things and pose queries and say, you know, I want to know more. The need to know intensifies. And yet, that's all but gone by the wayside now, which seems odd and different. Oh, wait a minute. I almost left power sitting there. There we go. We're all loaded up. And of course, there are people out there that will say they don't have time for it, which very well may be the case. And if it is the case, and it's true that they don't have time for it, then, well, then that tells people that perhaps they're living too frantically. And I don't mean frantically between job and kids, etc., and so on and so forth. No. I'm saying mentally frantically. Which exists. Like, you can be sitting there and your mind is so preoccupied with 96 different things that you forget to actually take time out of the day for yourself. Pause, have that breather, and say, let me reorganize my thoughts. And that's kind of one of the things that I try to do. I try to offer that pause, if only for a second. for whatever brief blip in the day that I may pause to make people think, I feel accomplished. That's why the philosophy. It feels like an accomplishment. Even if people don't view it as one. Which then leads to the whole perception is reality discussion. Which some people aren't quite ready for that discussion of perception being reality. As it falls into the realms of the esoteric. And what my reality is, and my perception is I feel like I have gotten too lost to find my way back. But I will come to a halt here, and I will sign off. Hopefully I can find my base soon-ish. If I can't, well, I'll have to play it off camera and figure something out. Nevertheless, the key is to never give up. And upcoming soon, for those that are interested in other things coming up on the channel, I'm not going back into the mountains. Absolutely not. I don't have the soil to make another road, and I don't want to have to dig a tunnel through the mountains. Nope. The other people wanting to know what's coming up on the channel, I am going to be doing some more Hearthstone stuff when the new expansion comes out. I'm thinking about doing the review on the cards that are out. Mostly because I like to give my 2 cents on the cards, as I think some people just aren't really looking at them with they're not looking at them with a critical enough eye, I don't think, or they're not looking at it with an open enough mind. That's what I personally think. So I'm going to definitely, give the cards a look-see when they're all released, and I will do a card review. Because people are cranking out videos that show card reviews, and they think they're going to be absolutely busted. Some cards, some people think other cards. Okay, so I came across there. I'm not going back across because that's where I came from. So that's this way. Some people are just saying, certain cards are going to be absolutely busted. Some people are saying other cards are not. And perhaps, but I will look into it. I will definitely give it a look-see. I will do a card review when they're all released. I've also got more Diablo 2 hardcore one talent challenge shenanigans coming up. And I hope you've been enjoying the Free Game Friday playlist. Not really playlist, but the Free Game Friday. I am going to keep Gravity Circuit because that was thoroughly enjoyable. I'm going to keep that on my hard drive and keep playing it because that one to me is absolutely phenomenal. As for the game coming up this Friday, I haven't really taken it. I think it's Amnesia. I think it's another Amnesia game, but it's not a Machine for Pigs. It's a different Amnesia game. But nevertheless, I will get it, download it, give it a try, and see what people think of it. I kind of like the whole free game Friday thing because it, as much as people don't like the Epic Store, I think it's a good little way to showcase to people. Say, hey, look, if you want to get into games and you say, well, I don't have any money, Epic Store every week has got a free game. So it's always worth a look. But I want to thank everybody for coming out and watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry it wasn't as eventful as I thought, as I spent a lot of my time trying to look for my base, and I'm still looking. But I hope everybody enjoyed it. I mean, I know I did. And I kind of enjoyed the more open ended chat, philosophical thing than anything else. And I hope that some of the things I say resonate with people. And if it doesn't, that's fine. I mean, sometimes the message is not for everybody. Sometimes the message is for people. So we'll see. But there's going to be more stuff. I'm also going to be doing more Ashes of Creation. I'm still waiting for the summoner on that one. So every single time I launch it and the summoner's not on there, it feels bad. But I'm still waiting for the summoner, and it's still in alpha. So we'll see. But anyway, I hope everybody has a fantastic evening, a wonderful tomorrow, and as always, have a good one.